Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be into another market challenge. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jumping to the world of PropFirm. But before we're going to be doing any of that, we're going to be driving to the gym real quick, hit some reps early morning. It is Saturday, market's closed. So yeah, that's like one of the good days to start your day, right, with the gym. Because I really believe that your discipline in the charts, right, really depend on how you are outside the chart. So if you're not even disciplined enough to wake up early in the morning, tell yourself that you're going to be going to the gym because that was exactly what you plan every single day or every other day, and you wake up and you're like, dude, I'm kind of tired and I'm not going to go to the gym. With that idea or mindset, it's going to reflect exactly when you're going to be jumping in the chart. So when you're going to be inside the charts and you see a setup and you're not supposed to take that setup because you know the probabilities and everything, but you tell yourself like, hey, it does not hurt to try this. Even though you've already tried that setup and it does not work every single time and you end up doing it. Well, that's the same thing as not being disciplined. You're not following your rules. The same thing as you're not following your rules by waking up early in the morning to go to the gym, right? It is understandable if you're not supposed to go to the gym today, but if you're supposed to go to the gym today and you're not going, then what the fuck are you doing, right? So I'm gonna be going to Anytime Fitness. I'm pretty much starting my gym journey as well. I don't really focus much on going to the gym, but hey, most people I know that are hitting multiple figures in a month are mostly going to the gym, so why not follow their lifestyle, right? If it's working, then I'm fucking doing that. So I'll be seeing you guys later on inside the charts where we're gonna be dissecting on how did I close so far onto my day one for the 25k account. And once I pass that, I'm gonna be jumping to the 50k account next. And after the 50k account, I'm gonna be jumping to 100k account. So I'm just taking it level to level, and I want to see how it goes.
Alright, so now we're gonna be jumping into the 25k account. You can actually take a look over here that I just did start this one yesterday. I did buy this account yesterday, so exactly September 12. Our win rate is sitting at about 33% because we have one break even. I don't know why that ended up being a loss. That was specifically a break even. So if we could just jump right here and go to history, and I just put it all history, you can see for the first specific trade right here, this was gonna be a break even setup. So let's try to jump in a little bit to the left, which was exactly right here. This was supposed to be a break even trade, not that right here. So let's just kind of move this right here. This was a break-even setup. You can see we did have a rally over 34 pips and stuff like that, and it came back down, hit us on break-even. I think it kind of flew a little bit more, so it gave us a loss. And now I took another sell position. It was such a lovely sell. Dropped it, closed it for a 2RR. I could have held it, honestly. I was very optimistic for prices to just drop much more further, but I wanted to stick to my trading plan at least and say like, guys, I'm pretty much fine with this already and I don't want to be holding too much. So I already exited for 2R. And after that, I think I did have a wrong thing that I did here with wrong session and everything, where I took another buy right here, where I'm supposed, in my trading book, like psychologically, I'm supposed to stop trading already because I already hit my TP. But what I ended up doing right here is I still wanted, since it's Friday, so I'm like, dude, I really want to take another trade because hopefully this can bring our account back up. And I took a buy right here. You can see there's some bullish reaction, but I did not close it for a full loss. I closed it already midway right here because I realized market structure was kind of shifting to the downside and it's already past my trading time and volatility was dying. So you can see my first win right here, that's 2R. I lost over, how many R's that? Maybe I lost over not even 1R. That's like 0.5R. So I lost 0.5R for yesterday and I made a total of, take a look over here. Overall, I should be up, and not bad honestly for the first day, trading day. Okay, so now we're gonna be jumping again next week and we're gonna be taking a look if we can have another win. Very optimistic. Hopefully by next week I can pass this because we're just gonna be targeting 2R every single day. Just as simple, no need to be very complicated with it. So just 2R targets and I'm done.
Anyway, it is a new week and I'm gonna be updating you guys by the end of the week how the account is actually looking, how much we're actually up pretty much. But I hope we do have a good week so we can actually pass phase 1. And if you guys don't know, I'm pretty much risking 2%. I'm currently up around 2.4%, and I'm just gonna be risking 2% every single setup. And once I'm risking 2% every single setup, hopefully, typically I try to average around 6 RR in a week. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, and let's hope for the best that things go out very well. And yeah, I'm gonna be updating you guys pretty much later on, and see you guys in the charts.
So welcome ladies and gentlemen, we're in the charts right now. It is week 1 and it's Monday, and we actually did pass phase 1 already on Monday, and I'm very thankful and blessed and man above in the universe that gave me this opportunity. Just look into the structure over here. Let's just take a look into funding pips. My goal today was only to take one trade. To take 2 trades, since there's 2 opportunities that actually showed up in the market. And I told myself that once I take this trade, if I win the first trade, then that's good, and I have another bullet to risk. So I risked 2% in the first trade for Monday, and if I win that 2% trade, I'm gonna have another bullet to use. So if I lose that, another 2%, so 2%, I won 2R, I made 4%. And if I take another trade, risk 2%, if I lose that 2%, that means I'm gonna be net profit 2% for the day, and that's already pretty good. Okay, that's bullish. So what ended up happening is exactly that. We took 2 beautiful trades. You can see that my minimum trading days has not even been completed yet. Maybe I can open 0.01 by tomorrow and just close it immediately. And yeah, you can see that my maximum daily loss was not hit and everything. We can see that we opened this last week Friday for 3 trades, total lot size of 5.73. This one is supposed to be 2 trades. I don't know why that's only showing 1 trade, but that is supposed to show 2 trades. Now you can see that the number of days traded is 2. Biggest win was 1k. Profit factor is 9.42. The win rate does not really matter for me. It's all about RR. And yeah, so you can see for this one right here, very clean. We took 2 first trade, another trade. Oh no, sorry, this was the first trade, break even, winning trade, another trade right here, right where I took a minor loss, the one I discussed last week. And now we took a banger sell position, which we're gonna be jumping into the MetaTrader charts in a moment right now. So jumping into the charts right now, ladies and gentlemen, you can take a look. By the way, if you guys want to be seeing most of my signals, you can actually just take a look and just press the link down below. You can join my free Discord where I pretty much post most of my analysis. So if you want to check that out and maybe pass your PropFirm accounts, and you can check that out. Now looking over here, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually take a look that for today, I did have my first initial sell. So you can see for this one right here, for this $900 profit, that's technically around 2R. I don't know why that's not exactly 2R, but yeah, it's supposed to be $1,000. I'm risking 500, but maybe it's a little bit of technical issues there. But yeah, so jumping here again, we can see we took this beautiful sell position. Market dropped to the downside and just targeting 2R. That's it. We have a win right here. And for this one right here, I knew that the market was gonna pump more. Now the reason why is because of fundamentals. Look into fundamentals. I know there's no other fundamentals right now that's very important, but I always pay attention to orange and red news folder. And for orange folder, we can see that the actual came out negative than the forecast, and it's really lower than the forecast. Like, it's really negative 8.7. It's not in the positive number of maybe like 2, 3. It's not, but it's actually very, very low. So that means it's very, very bullish for gold, right? It's really bullish for the safe haven asset. So that gave me the confluence on why I really just wanted to take a continuation buy position right here. Now you can see that a lot of times you're just hovering right here, structure hovering, and I saw this and I told myself, guys, this might look like a really good buy. And you can see market kind of pumped to the upside right here, about to smash TP. No, I was actually aiming for this supposedly for 2R, but I told myself I'm only $500 away from passing. So if we go to funding pips, I was actually $500 away from passing, right? I need a little bit more to pass. So I told myself, dude, I don't care. I'm just gonna close it on market fill. So I close it on 2,073 profit and I'm done, right? So that's around 1.5 R gain or maybe 1 R gain. And yeah, so that's how simple it is for Monday, day 1. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing 0.01 lots so I can pass the phase 1 and work on phase 2, and hopefully I can pass it this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the charts. I was supposed to create an update pretty much by the end of the week by showcasing you guys if we did pass the account, and what ended up happening is we did get our phase 2, and I showed you guys we did pass the phase 1 already. So I already got the phase 2. This is the phase 2 right now, because remember guys, I told you we need 3 minimum trading days, and we already did accomplish the 3 minimum trading days today by just opening a 0.01 lot. I think I created a video for that. So once we're done with the phase 1, I got my phase 2 credentials, and this is the phase 2. And I didn't really expect phase 2 to be passed in a single night, in a single evening. And the reason why I'm saying that is you guys can actually take a look over here. The profit target has been met. The minimum trading days is this, because we actually just traded this today, and I did take 2 trades and they're all calculated. So you can see that let's just try to wait for this to load up real quick. You can see that the first trade was 2R. The second trade, I was targeting 2R, but I was already in profit. I just exited. There's no reason for me to hold it further. And yeah, so we did pass with that. We passed it with flying colors. So what I'm gonna be doing the next 2 days is just gonna be, just opening a 0.01 lot and closing it, and then another day until I pass this account and start trading a live account. The goal here is honestly not only to get funded, but we try to get a payout. I will be targeting 2% for the payout, because remember guys, your goal here is to be trading so much, right? That's how I view it. My goal is to have a lot of allocation, because if you have a $500,000 allocation, a simple 2% can go a long way already. So just jumping to the charts right here, we can take a look. Just by jumping to history, we can see we did take 2 trades. This one was a $1,000 win for 2R and another short position. So we did take a very simple long position here for a continuation setup, and then now once we have this reversal structure forming, I took a quick sell. We kind of floated a little bit, and then I fully exited here by completing pretty much the challenge. And the reason why I actually did end up shorting, I know it is against the trend, because if you try to zoom out a little bit, it is actually so against the trend. So let's kind of do this. I understand it's against the trend, but oh, we got a ping right there. But the reason why I ended up shorting was all because of this fundamental news. So if you try to take a look into Forex Factory, core retail sales and retail sales are actually showing bearish for gold, because if the actual is higher than forecast, that necessarily means most of the time it's really bullish for the currency and it's very bad for gold. So once I did see that specific numbering, I know in the back of my head that there might be sellers that are kicking in the market, and if I see a suitable roadblock, which is this area right here, then I would gladly take a sell position. So we did get the confirmation right here for a very quick sell, and we did execute. So once I saw this confirmation, very simple change of character right here, but that's only the edge of it. There's much more deep understanding that's coming in down here. If you guys want to learn more, I got a free Discord link down below. So anyway, from this one alone, I just took a sell position, targeting all the way here, and closed it. And for this buy was very simple, because I am with the trend. Even though that the fundamental news that was released today was pretty much bearish for gold, but the overall structure of the market is still bullish. So what ended up happening is the fundamental news for gold to push prices lower is just gonna be a driver pretty much before we get to see a market pump. So we had this fall down because of news, and it's technically just pulling back to a valid demand level before we can pump again. And we did exactly see the same thing. So we have market pump down right here, tap exactly to this level, created this market pump. So that was exactly what I did. Like, I only want to be targeting 2R. If I held this all the way, I could have passed it right away in one trade. But my goal here is to not have one big winning trade, but to be able to consistently repeat the same process and the same trade for the next 500 trades. I'm not worried for the one big trade. Good morning, everybody. I just woke up. You can see the time is 7:40 a.m. I immediately just took a few trades right now for the minimum trading days. You can see I just took like a little bit of a minor 0.1 setup. By the way, good morning, guys. Here's our morning coffee. And yeah, so right now you can actually take a look right here that for the phase 1, we did completely finish this challenge. So yeah, I've completed, eating my words, I completed the student phase, and you can see right here 50% win rate. Not really 50%. I think I just had a little bit more on break even. And now the 2-step, the second phase, is already done as well, because we can see we completed the minimum trading days. We've already completed it today. Our profit target has been met first day, and I did make a video about that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be waiting for technically 2 business days, and once I sign everything within 2 business days, I got to be waiting 48 hours for pretty much onboarding process. So in total, I'm going to be waiting 4 days before I start trading a master account. And dude, that kind of sucks. So that means I got to be waiting technically a week, right? So if I pass the challenge in 1 week, I got to be waiting 4 days just to get my master account. So what I'm going to be ending up doing is, I didn't know there's a pro account, so I think I'm going to be diving into the pro account, because I'm very optimistic and very confident with my skills in trading that I can really just do a 6% max drawdown and 3% daily drawdown. I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, we can actually take a look over here that we already did pass. Phase 2 is currently in review. After this account review, we're going to be in the onboarding process, and I'm going to be skipping this video until we're to the part where I already have my master account. And once I do have the master account, I'll be doing all the trades and everything until we get a payout. And yeah, so if you guys are watching overall the complete one, you guys are going to be seeing the entire trading journey from A to Z, from passing all the phases to technically getting funded and getting a payout. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I have another confession to make. What I ended up doing is I bought another 25k account, but this time I bought Two-Step Pro 25k account. And the reason why I did buy that, because I was honestly waiting for something to trade, and yeah, I was really getting a little bit too excited over there. I wanted to get the 50k, but the discount already went off, and I told myself, dude, before I buy another account, I want to make sure that I can rotate the profits first. But I got a little bit excited. I wanted another 25k, right? So what I ended up doing, I bought a 25k Two-Step Pro account, and we passed it. So the thing about this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, the one that we're currently in review right now, we did pass this on 18th, which was yesterday. Man, time is so slow this week, dude. This week's amazing. So we passed it on 18, and I bought a Two-Step Pro account. We passed it on one day in 18th. You can see this profit right here. And let's try to take a look. 100% win rate still. 100% win rate. Absolutely beautiful. Let's jump to history. You can see that I did take my first initial entry a little bit right here. So we took a buy position. Immediately, market created this rally up. And then we kind of got hit on break even right here. And then next, we have this market structure hovering right here. Created this demand structure right here. Created an impulse. Pull back to the demand level, and I did not get filled. I missed this, so I'm like, oh shit. Now again, market structure rally, squeeze, created an impulse. I took a buy position right here, and I immediately just exited around this level for a 2-hour gain, because this was also a roadblock area. So I exited this for a 2-hour gain, but we can see we're already up around 4%, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna be risking 2% again next week, hoping to hit 6% for the profit target. A little tip I can give you guys: when you guys are trading prop, you guys are supposed to speed up phase 1 and phase 2. Honestly, that's your whole goal, because your goal here is to be funded and to get payout. That's your goal here, is to make money. You spend too much time on all of this and you have a system already, then what are you doing? But if you're still new and you're learning through trading prop firms, you can do that. I highly suggest not doing that. But if you want to do that, you can be like me, where you can have monthly targets. And I did have monthly targets for the first trade, which was this Two-Step practitioner account. I was using the phase 1, and I did have 3 months phases for that as well, right? And we kind of achieved that pretty quick. So I'm very happy for that.
All right, boys, another car vlog, and right now I gotta be giving you guys some pep talk, some really important stuff that I know that it will really help you guys a lot in terms of discipline and knowing when to take the trades. Trust me, this will help you guys a lot. So I'm currently going to the gym right now, and I look kind of tired. I am tired. I like going to the gym early in the morning. Most people would probably tell me, why am I going like early morning when I can go like afternoon or at night? Honestly, I don't like going those times, because personally myself, I love going to the gym if it's early morning. Early morning gym just hits. Honestly, you start your day with the gym, man, it's amazing. So it's currently 7 a.m. So I'll be showing you guys a little bit of discipline stuff. I always tell myself that I'd rather be working on my discipline outside the charts, not really more inside the charts. And the reason why I'm saying that, it's so much easier. And once you're disciplined already outside the charts, it will just automatically easily reflect once you're inside the chart. One of the things that are actually testing my discipline and training my discipline is when I just woke up this morning and I found the perfect sweet spot for now, which is 2 to 3 times, right? But I always try my best to target 3 times. The minimum is 2 times, and I'm just slowly compounding that. Maybe eventually I'll start going 4 times a week or 5 times a week, right? So anyway, with that in the way, the thing I'm gonna say is, this morning when I woke up, I was really hesitant if I was gonna gym or not. I was very tired. I told myself like, hey, I can just skip today and go again tomorrow. And I was like, dude, should I just go to the gym? And I'm like, bro, I'm kind of tired here. But I told myself that those little stuff that you do outside the charts will really reflect how you're gonna be inside the charts. And I always live by that line. And if I tell myself that I'm just gonna skip the gym today, then who knows, like maybe by next week when a specific setup I'm not supposed to take showed up, I tell myself that, hey, I can take this trade, right? Because why not, right? It's slowly reflecting. Me not being disciplined outside the charts is now slowly reflecting in the charts. The reason why I woke up, tried to be disciplined, is because that simple thing of just waking up and just going to the gym and just sticking to exactly what you have to do is what made me pass multiple prop accounts. And you can see that on the recent chart videos or the recent funding pips videos that I showed you guys, I have been passing them really quick. And I know you guys are saying, hey bro, you're risking too much, 2%. I'll be showing you guys more on risk management later on, but a little TLDR that I can give you regarding about risk management is, if you already have a system, risking 2% is totally fine as long as you know your win rate and everything, because your goal in becoming a funded trader or like this entire prop firm space is not really just to get funded and just to get a screenshot of your phase 2 passing certificate and you start posting that online. No, that's not your goal. Your goal is to try to pass phase 1 and phase 2 as fast as you can with proper discipline, with specific setups, with consistent setups that you would take 500 times again and again. Not one big winner. Okay, there's a big difference between that. So once you get to pass that, maybe really quick, 1 to 2 weeks, a month and stuff like that, once you get funded, that's where the real battle begins. The real battle is not from phase 1 and phase 2. The real battle is from getting a prop firm withdrawal and being consistent with that withdrawal. So now just kind of running back within this whole thing, practice your discipline outside the charts. I swear, waking up early in the morning for me, the best times honestly when it's really being tested and it will really improve you a lot is the days when you don't feel like going but you ended up going and you push yourself to go. Those are really the days that creates the biggest impact in your journey to become disciplined and consistent. I promise, it's really those days, because those are the days where the universe is testing you if you really deserve to get what you really want to achieve. So for example, with trading, dude, I've been trading for so many years. I've had days where things click, I've had months where it click, and I've had months where it doesn't click. And those are the universe just testing me, the man above testing me if I really deserve to get that very specific thing. And if I don't end up continuing, if I don't end up being disciplined and pushing with it, then what's gonna happen? The man above, the universe is gonna take it away from me. And I'm gonna be a bum, stuck to, I don't even know what I'm gonna end up doing. So yeah, those are the things that you gotta pay attention. The days that you don't feel like going is the days that are really the best type of days, honestly. What's next is pretty much targeting the phase 2. Hopefully I pass phase 2. And I'm almost done passing phase 2, by the way. I'm already up 3.9%. So I just need to risk 2%, right? Make 1.5 R and I'll pass that. And for my PropFirm account, we're doing good because I'm waiting for next week for the 25K. And if I get the master's account, that'll be very good. And yeah, I'll see you guys and keep you guys updated.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, this is pretty much the update for our funding pips account, and it's looking pretty good because you can see for this onboarding process, we are now in the onboarding process. I already got my master's account. This should be the master account, and we are gonna be waiting pretty much 2 days again before we can actually start trading. And we're currently Monday, so hopefully by Wednesday we can start trading, and hopefully maybe tomorrow this can be okay already because it's getting checked by the risk management team. We're gonna be setting our reward cycle. We're gonna be aiming for bi-weekly, and we're gonna be aiming for pretty much 2%, 2 to 4% per week. And in 2 weeks, technically that's bi-weekly, so I can get my payout every single second week, 14 days. So every single week I'm gonna be aiming 2 to 4%, and in pretty much 2 weeks, that's gonna be 8% gain, and 8% in a 25K account. Let's try to take that out. 25K times 8%, that's gonna be around $2,000, and we're gonna be subtracting times 80% is that, and minus $10 for the fee. We're gonna be bringing home $1,590 from a 25K account, considering I am pretty much just putting down over, how many dollars did we put down? Maybe around, I bought this account pretty cheap, I think $80 or $100 because there's a funding pips sale going on. So I hope things go well, and I'm really manifesting and hopeful for this. And to be honest, I'm very optimistic. So I'm very optimistic we're able to get our payout. We just gotta stick to that 2% and 2 to 4% per week. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll see you guys later on once I'm gonna be able to trade this account.
Welcome everybody to another car vlog, and I know I look a little bit tanned up, all because I've been playing football yesterday. It was Sunday, there's no cloud, it was so sunny, and yeah, here I am. But today we're gonna be talking about why if you pass your phase 2 and you're already a funded trader, you shouldn't be telling the world that you're already funded until you get a payout. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is it works the same way as why I really believe that you should not be telling people your goals and dreams in life, no matter if they're family or they're close friends, your loved ones, because you actually get the same dopamine hit. I've seen a research, there was a research about this, you can look it up if you want to, that you get the same dopamine hit as if you've actually achieved the challenge, as if you've actually achieved your goals and dreams. So you go around, let's say like you're a young lad, you're 21, you're 20, you're thinking about this stuff that usually people around their 30s are thinking about. You meet someone older than you and you start telling them your goals and your dreams, and these are your game plan, and they start telling you like, wow, this is some good stuff, you know, you're pretty smart for your age. And by doing that is that you're gonna be getting the same dopamine hit as if you've actually achieved that specific goal and dream. And what you ended up doing is, since you already got the recognition, you already have the feeling as if you've accomplished it, you're gonna end up not doing it. Like, your drive to end up trying to work on it, you don't have it anymore. And the reason why I'm saying that, this can actually reflect in terms of trading prop firms. Because people start telling everybody that they've already passed their phase 2, and that's quite impressive. But you have to understand that in the prop firm world, the real challenge begins after you pass the challenge. Once you already have a master's account, there's actually a good percentage of people passing phase 2, but there's only like 5% that can make it out to a payout. The reason why I'm saying this is, you should not be going around and telling everybody that you passed phase 2, you're a funded trader, because you have to understand, guys, you're not just any trader now, you're a funded trader. And that sounds like a really, really good name to it, you know? And instead of taking trades based on your system, based on your equity, you're already gonna be taking trades based on reputation. You just want to size up because it looks good on paper. People see you that you're risking this much and you're potentially gonna be making this amount of money, and you're like, yep, that's pretty good. And what ends up happening if you're doing that is, you're not trading anymore so you can become a trader. You're not trading based on your system anymore. You're trading to keep your reputation in check. And that's honestly a big trap. And that is why that if you're gonna be in phase 2, or if you're already past the phase 2, you're already in funded trader, don't post it up yet. Okay? Even I myself, I don't really like posting it. Maybe I can tell few really close people, but I'm not gonna be showing the world pretty much for that. You know, maybe just show one person that I've been working side by side with. But once I get my payout, that's when I'm gonna be showing pretty much in Twitter, YouTube, post it up if I actually hit a milestone. And that milestone is pretty much a payout. Because when you start posting your payout, you're not only posting because you've accomplished something and you're getting a dopamine hit. You're actually posting because you actually hit a big milestone, which is a payout. And not everybody can get to a payout. Because the reason why it is a good milestone, once you get your payout, you know that it's possible. Your subconscious self already agrees that it is possible. So what ends up doing is you're going to be having a new milestone, which is aiming for a 4-figure payout, 5-figure payout, then a 6-figure payout. The reason why I'm talking about all that, I'm also documenting the entire 25K journey, and I'm just waiting for my master account to arrive, and I'm very optimistic that I'll get a payout. And that's just all about self-belief. I manifested. I am very optimistic. I'm thankful for the man above. And I know I will get a payout. It's just a matter of time. Just stick to my system. Just keep on going. And I will eventually get my payout.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be covering the 2-step pro and the 25K regular 2-step. And you can see that within this entire video, we are actually documenting for this 25K until I get funded, until I get a payout. And yeah, so you can see we all started this on September 12. We're currently at September 24. And our 2-step pro account, our regular 2-step account is ready. It is ready to trade on this Wednesday. So we're going to be starting to trade our 2-step, try to get a payout, and the payout is bi-weekly. So let me just kind of hide this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, morning. By the way, here's our morning coffee. We get the first sip of the day. Man, that is absolutely good coffee. It tastes like a payout that is coming 14 days. Anyway, with that in the way, we're going to be taking a look into this 2-step pro. And this was the one that I discussed last week, Friday, where I said that we just need one more trade to pass. I took the trade just this Monday. I did not make an update story for that. I took a trade in Monday. We easily just passed the challenge. And now we just pretty much got the 2-step pro master account 2 days later, which is Wednesday. So we passed this challenge on to the 22, currently 24, because there was an onboarding and there was a review process and stuff like that. Once we're done with the review process, you can see the win rate is, I think, technically 100%. There's this break-even trade. So once we're done with this account, the 2-step pro is technically just setting up. You can see this one right here. They're currently under review as we integrate that with the risk management. This one will take 47 hours. But I'm thankful that the 2-step master account that we started this entire journey is currently doing pretty good. So my allocation right now is pretty much 50K. And my goal is to get max allocation, hopefully, before 2026 ends. So I'm going to be snowballing. I'll be showing you guys this. I'll be snowballing all my profits I made from the 25k to be buying 100k, right? All the way, there's the 90-day goal, and I know that's gonna be very, very doable. It's very, very achievable. I have something I want to be discussing to you guys, okay? The one I want to be discussing is about a specific trade setup that occurred yesterday. And there's this very, very important saying that really stuck on to me, which was this one right here. Do not sacrifice profitability to be profitable, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this specific thing right here, because there was a specific setup that showed up yesterday. Sorry guys, I'll be drinking my coffee all the way. Do not sacrifice profitability to be profitable, because there was a specific setup yesterday on Tuesday on 23rd. Never sacrifice profitability to be profitable, because yesterday I tried to be looking for a setup and nothing really occurred to me. But I had this one setup that I was supposed to take a short. It was around this level. Once we had a market structure breakout right here, I just really waited for a confirmational candle to take an entry, because you can see we were just ranging right here, and suddenly we broke out the range, created a pullback, broke out, created a pullback again. I wanted to sell if I see any entry model right here, and I'm not even gonna gatekeep this. My entry model is just this right here or right here. That's my only entry model. If you want to see much more in depth onto the trades that I take for the day, you can also just press the link down below. You can be joining my free Discord, and I'll pretty much see you guys inside. With that in the way, after everything right here, I waited for a zone structure right here, but I did not see any structure. I knew that the market was gonna go down. It was the most obvious thing, but this is what I mean. You do not want to be sacrificing profitability to be profitable. And what that means is you don't want to be sacrificing your months of a working system just to deviate from the plan and try to take a trade that is not within your rules. But you take this trade, for example, and it plays out exactly as we wanted. Hits TP, we're celebrating, but hey, long-term wise, is this sustainable? That's one thing you got to be asking yourself. And I realized that, and I told myself, it's okay if I don't take any trades. I was looking forward to take a trade for the whole day, because the worst thing about this is I'm awake since Asia session. It is Asia session right now, and I'll be awake until London, but I only want to be trading New York. So yeah, with that in the way, I told myself we are good. Pretty much that's it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just woke up right now. I'm going straight to the gym because we actually kind of deviated from our plan yesterday, and this is technically post master's account, meaning that we already have our credentials for the 25k master account. Wait, honestly, I think I should get a vlog camera, but anyway, I deviated from my plan where I specifically hit perfectly on 2R. If I exited the 2R position, I would have been up 2% of the entire account, and I would have been done trading for the day. Honestly, I would have been done. With a 25k account, I would have been in profit of over $500, I think. But what ended up happening was I got hit on break even. I was holding the position all the way down to potentially 3R, right? Really deviated from my plan. Maybe in the next video in the charts I'll be showing you guys where I kind of deviated, but hey, let's see how the week actually closes and I'll make a video on that. Okay, I'll be making an update every single weekly close until payout. So with that in a way, I deviated and I took another trade, still within the same risk parameters, because I told myself that, bro, you deviated, what the fuck did you do? So I took another setup. Thankfully there's another setup that day, and I ended up in a loss. So yeah, I took a loss that was down 1%, the entire portfolio. I was in a loss. Now, I told myself that I have 2 bullet. That is the rule, technically. I have 2 bullet. I have 1 break even that doesn't count any bullet at all. So, in order for you to run out the bullets, you should have 2 losses. So, what ended up happening, I had 2 break evens that day, and I got 1 loss. And that means I have 1 more bullet to use. Now, with that in the way, the next step that I did was I executed another position. But this position now is not a position where I should make my profits. No, that position I took is my defense mechanism if I'm in drawdown, which is risking, instead of 1%, I'm now risking 0.5% until I'm back above break even in my portfolio, and I will be risking 1% again. And if I'm up 2%, I will still risk 1% and yada until payout, right? So that's pretty much my goal. Okay, hopefully I'm really just thinking if I should just stop on 2% per week until payout, but we'll see how it goes. So I deviated from my plan, and it is what it is. I'm going to the gym right now, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, and cheerio.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be showing you guys an update of my 25k from phase 1, phase 2 to profit to payout, pretty much. And before we begin, this is going to be the morning, 8 a.m. We're going to be drinking our first coffee. You guys take a sip too. Anyway, I want you guys to stay until the end, because I'll be showing you guys my lessons every single week and the things that I learned, and I want you guys to be able to learn from them. Now, first, we're going to be looking into our 5K regular account, which is our very first masters and our very first potential payout. And the reason why, not even potential, there's going to be a payout because I'm not going to be trading this anymore. And you can take a look right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that we close a lot of green days for our regular 5K account, and you can see that over the Wednesday we close in over 2 hour profits, or maybe just like 1.8 hour, right? But no, this is 3 hour pretty much. I'm risking $50 per trade because it's 1% risk. So we closed 3 hour in this day. Now I want you guys to understand something. We close here in profits, but why is it onto our 2-step account we close it on a break even? Remember, this is a 25K account, so if you kind of do your math, so 25K times 1%, that is $250. So I pretty much tried to close this on break even, and I don't know why it got filled a little bit higher. Weird. But yeah, so I think I gotta be working around with that. Well, I'll be showing you my lessons later on. So with that in the way, ladies and gentlemen, what ended up happening over here is I closed this trade on a break even for a slight loss, and we closed 2RR over here. So the reason why I'm saying this is I'm really gonna be looking for a copy trader for CFDs. I found a copy trader for futures. It's very good. I'll make a video for that. And right now for CFDs, I gotta be looking for a copy trader. A lot of people are having problems with CFDs copy trader. They said it's not really as good, and I'm worried about that. But yeah. Anyway, moving on with this, we closed 2R again on to the 25th, and yesterday we closed on 2 break evens. So we can see that it's a little bit higher. This is like a 0.5% loss already. I'm risking 1%, so I was moving my stops. And yeah, so you can take a look over here. We had multiple break evens because this one right here, I could have hit TP, but it did not fill me. So it's very unfortunate. It did not fill me, but it filled me in my 5K account. So it just barely wicked me out. And you can see this one right here was a break even again, and this one was a break even. So I'm very glad for the break evens. It's not an instant stop loss. Price structure come to my level, and it gives me a slight rejection, and then market dumps. I'm still very happy about that. So now we're gonna be looking to our 2-step pro account. So let's just kind of take a look over here. And inside our 2-step pro account, this was the very first trading day yesterday because I just finished the onboarding process, and you can actually take a look that we are actually in slight losses right here. We're currently down 0.5%, and that's totally fine. And my game plan every single time is if you're in drawdown, you want to be only risking 0.5% of your entire portfolio. So let's try to jump into MetaTrader and try to give you a really slight better understanding on what really happened. So this one right now is I'm currently using the 2-step pro account. You can see we're currently down, and that's okay because I have to tell you guys, the market is honestly humbling me right now because I'm always expecting a win every time now, because the past few days was very good. I've been on a very good streak of win rate, right? I was in a very good streak of win rate. Now I've been getting break evens, and that's totally fine. I prefer having that rather than a big loss and rather than an uncontrollable loss. So I'm very happy with this. I'm very grateful in the universe. I'm very grateful for the man above for giving me this opportunity to have failures like this. Not even a big failures, to get this hurdles like this, because I know I will get past this, and once I get past this hurdle, I will become better. I will become much better. Being 1% better every single day is so much better than being worse 1% every single day. So looking at the chart right here, we can see that we took our first initial sell, and I can say that it is actually a good sell because of this sellers that we're actually seeing, because we actually see sellers just pushing prices down. That really shows that there was actually sellers that are actively trying to sell in the market, and market pump and hit us on 1R, and that's when I kind of break even right here. I tried to break even, and then next I saw another buy opportunity. I'm not breaking my rule here. I know it looks like I'm breaking my rule, but it's not. I've been looking at price structure, and it kind of makes sense for a buy. So I took a buy position here, gave us his pump and gave us his drawdown right here, hit us on break even. We did not hit on 2R. My exit is always 2R. Now what is gonna be my lesson for this day, which you guys can pretty much learn? My lesson right here, okay, I know this was kind of like a psychological problem for me, is I started to have, or instill, is that a word, instill FOMO for this week, for this Friday, because I know it's Friday, and I told myself I want to be getting at least 2% or 4% in my portfolio. I've been trying to get into FOMO. And why is that FOMO? Not properly break evening. Is that a word? But I didn't properly break even my trades. The reason for this is I could have managed all my losses. I could have closed them on green even if I put my break even just a little bit lower this level. My problem was during this time, I managed my risk by putting my stops a little bit above because I was scared it might wick me on my entry and market would go, because it happened to me 2 days ago. Now we took this buy, the same mistake I did, which was market pumping up, and then I placed my break even even a little bit lower because I did not want to get wicked out. That was honestly the problem that I've learned this week. And remember guys, every single trading week is a lesson. So I've learned from my lesson. Starting next week, I don't care if I get wicked out. It's always better to get wicked out than a full loss, right? Than a full potential loss. So what I'm gonna be doing is, starting next week, I'm gonna properly break even this. I usually break even it properly the past few weeks, but just this week we get a hurdle. We're human beings. It is normal to make mistakes. What's important is once you find your mistake, you try to find out your mistake and try to fix it. You put a tape on it, you put a filter, you immediately correct yourself. Don't correct it in a month later. Correct it the moment you realize your mistake. Diving in again, what is going to be my target next week and why am I withdrawing this amount? Okay, so with a 25k account, my potential goal is minimum a 2% profit before I get a payout. A 2% profit, that's over $480 of profit split, I think, or $460, because that should be around $500. So if my math is right, maybe $460. And the max target for next week is technically a 4% profit. Remember, I'm risking 1% per trade, so I just need two 2RR trades. Two winning trades. That's over 2RR. And the reason why I'm saying pretty much all that is you have to think about your ROI. And if you haven't seen the video yet, the 5k account challenge, I am already withdrawing it. I even thought of withdrawing it at 4%, but I traded a little bit and I netted over 7.5%. And my initial risk from that is when I bought the account, you gotta be treating it like a business. I am risking, which my first initial investment was $30 for the 5k account. And I'm currently up around, what was that, 7.5%. So my profit split was sitting around $300, I think, right? Or $280. And dude, think about the ROI. That's more than 6x. And remember, it's a numbers game. It's a percentage game. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is hopefully by next week, we can pretty much close over 4% in profits, 2 winning trades, risking 1R per setup. And hopefully I get 2 win streak. And remember the lesson I learned? Always break even. I am immediately gonna break even my setup, right? I'm gonna be break evening it a little bit above, not even below, or else I'm gonna be having some slight of losses. And every loss counts. Every negative PNL really counts. So with that in the way, my goal for next week is to target 4%, 4RR, and I'll get my withdrawal. That is gonna be for the regular 2-step. Maybe for the 2-step pro, maybe I can keep trading that. But honestly, my goal even for the 2-step pro is just target 2%. And then get a withdrawal because it's a weekly withdrawal. But here's the thing again. The reason why I'm really planning withdraw 4% or to withdraw when I'm minimum up 2%. Remember, so the problem with people is they trade an account, they reach the master's phase, and once they technically reach the master phase of the entire PropFirm account, they still want to keep on trading. They don't withdraw because they're waiting for that big number, like 10%, be in the leaderboards, and that's a really bad thing. The moment you start looking at leaderboards, you're going to be losing because trading is a game that you're competing against yourself, not against others. So this is the problem with people. They keep holding and they think that that's the money already in their funded account. But the problem is that's not yours until it hits your bank. It's not yours until it hits in your crypto wallet. So what I'm doing here is I'm treating it like a business. I think about the ROI and I immediately withdraw. So that's what I'm going to be doing for next week. That is going to be the game plan. And I know the next time I'm going to be talking with you guys, hopefully in the next car vlog, is I'm going to be saying I'm going to be waiting for the withdrawal. I already have the account on archive and let's see the winner. Okay, so I'll see you guys later on. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we came a long way with this entire 25k journey. You saw it from the start. You saw all my hurdles, my mindset talk in the car. And today is a moment that you guys are pretty much waiting for. We just kind of jumped to the scene, right? We are now inside the funding pips. Take a look into this one. Now, I'm sure that the 5k account is pretty much out first. So I'm already going to be processing the withdrawal by today. But the thing that we want to be focusing is this 2 beautiful and lovely accounts that we currently have on the screen. So our 25k account, which you did see the entire challenge being ran through from the start, from A to Z, where I really provided every single transparency on how you can be successful with only 2 RR. You don't need to be chasing all the big RRs in trading. Just have a 2 RR target because that increases your win rate. So you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, our payout for this two-step account is October 8th. And I told you guys that my target is pretty much 2%. If I hit 2%, I'm already done trading. But I went a little bit overboard, so I'm sitting at 3.4%. And guys, we're at 3.4%. I am not going to be trading this account anymore. I'm going to archive this. I will wait for a payout. But here's the beauty thing. When I got the two-step pro account, my goal for the two-step pro is to be withdrawing every single week because there is a weekly withdrawal. But my target specifically is going to be 2%. And before that, let's have the early morning coffee. It's 10 a.m. Let's have the first winning sip of the day. Lovely. Absolutely beautiful. So you can see right here with our 25K two-step pro account, we did have a lot of hurdles because the reason for that is I'll get filled on a final TP with a regular two-step, but for the two-step pro, I would not get filled. I would get hit on break even. So it's just a little bit of that problem. Maybe I'll be looking for a trade copy here in the future, but you can see that I had some losses, some losing day. But here is the thing that I realized that I want you guys to also understand from the learning lessons I did have. One of the biggest learning lesson I have is you should know when to go defensive when you're in drawdown. So my trading rule specifically states that if I'm in drawdown, so let's say at 25K, I'm sitting at 24,700 and I'm only down 1%. I will not be risking the initial 1% size because if you guys don't know, in a master account, I will always risk 1% per trade. But if I'm in drawdown, if I'm in negative, I will be risking 0.5% and targeting 1% until I'm back to break even, and then I will start trading the 1% rule again. So you can take a look over here, right? Starting from this one right here. This was pretty much a recovery day. Remember guys, 1% of 25K is $250. So you can see right here for this one was a recovery day because I was in negative. I was in drawdown of 1%. So with this one right here, what did I do? I raised 0.5% to be making 1%, which is $242 right here. And sorry guys, by the way, if you guys have not seen any car vlogs for a while, I've been sick. I've been sick for a few days. I have crazy sore throat. And hey, I did not know you can get sick from snoring. Short story was I played football. I went home during the afternoon. I wanted to take a nap, but I said no, I will just sleep at night. So my sleep is straight, right? When I slept at night, I always have the AC on and a fan on my face. I woke up, my throat was so dry, and yeah, there we go. Colds, cough. Yeah, I might sound weird today, but yeah, I'm sick. So yeah, this one right here, we're out of the drawdown already. And on Thursday, which was yesterday, I started risking 1%. And dude, I have to be honest with you guys, Thursday was really hell. And let me explain it to you guys real quick. So if we're going to be jumping into MetaTrader right here real quick, you can take a look that I did have a few trades that I did take. I took 3 trades yesterday. Now this is why it's very important on turning your winners to break-evens, because this is why I always live the line that you don't want to be turning your winning trade to a losing trade. So whenever I'm up 1 RR, I will always break even the trade. Now, you can actually take a look into this one that this saved my life so many times. I took a sell right here. We were in profit. We almost hit take profit, by the way. I was like on 1.8 RR. Yo, why don't you just exit? Dude, I don't care. I'm sticking to my plan. I got hit on break even. That's okay. And if you guys didn't know, I think I made a video a few days back where I started saying that, yeah, I should learn that I should have my break even right here. No ifs. Because that was the reason also where I had a few losses. Because I would just trail my SL right here and that's very bad. So I should be sticking to my rule. If I'm up 1 RR, just put my stops on break even. And this one right here, buy and another sell. We almost hit TP right here again. I'm telling you, we almost hit TP. I was up 1.9 R, but I did not exit the trade. I stuck to my plan. Break even hit. I took another sell. Lovely. 2 RR trade. Beautiful. So what ended up happening yesterday, if we can just drag this up, history, you can see that we had 1 break even day. Remember guys, you see this? This one right here? This was a loss, by the way. This was pretty much a 1% loss, and I risked 0.5% now. And when it got 0.5%, I made 1% profit. And then now this is break even from this trade right here. So I'm already up from the drawdown. So I started risking 1% already. And absolutely lovely. We're up 2%. Now, this losses that you're currently seeing right here, these was the break even thing that I was talking about a few days back. And this was a really big learning lesson for me. Always put your stops and break even. Never turn a winning trade to a losing trade. I don't care if I get hit and break even. I know my system and probability that I can replicate it every single day. I don't need to have a FOMO and chase. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final chapter. Within this entire video, you were able to see me go from phase 1 to phase 2, all my hurdles, all the lessons I learned through the car talks, and now we're in the final chapter. We are going to be withdrawing our funding pips 25k 2-step pro account. So let's try to get into the scene real quick. Now looking to this one right here, we do have 2 accounts that we can withdraw. The thing with the 2-step pro, you can withdraw it weekly, and the 2-step master is bi-weekly. So I'm going to be withdrawing the 2-step pro first, and we're going to be withdrawing the 2-step master after 5 days, and I'll be making an updated video for that. So we're gonna be selecting this one right here. Absolutely lovely. And by the way, for that 5k video that we created a withdrawal, if you haven't seen that video yet, press this link right here, it's gonna pop up. So anyway, we're gonna be pressing this one right here, and I'm gonna be withdrawing using crypto. So I place my crypto in, and for the USD, I'm gonna withdraw 526, bro. I'm gonna put the entire thing there because they get 20% and they even get a service fee. So why not, right? We're gonna agree everything. I confirm. Yup, this should be the address, and we're gonna press request reward. Absolutely lovely. Payout request submitted. We're gonna be waiting. I already just processed the very first payout, which was earlier just today, which was 2 hours before. I made a video for that and everything, and yeah, I requested another payout. Let's see how this goes, boys. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, lastly, I want you guys to be staying until the end because I got something important to tell you guys. So now we're gonna be taking a look into this one. We're gonna be using this one right here, this 2-step master account. So we're gonna be selecting our payment method. I really want to be doing it crypto, and I'm gonna be inputting my address right here, and we're gonna be withdrawing the full $850 amount, $670 withdrawal, and bam, payout request has been submitted. And you guys can see this $200 payout. This is technically from the 5k account. If you guys haven't seen that, take a look into this one right here. I ran the entire phase 1 to phase 2 until payout, my very first PropFirm payout. We are now back. But before that, if you guys want to be chatting with me and you guys have a lot of questions about trading, I also do post my free analysis inside my Discord server. Links are going to be in the description down below. I'll see you guys inside. The main big deal here is you can see that's already able to get my payout. So let's try to take a look to the certificate right here. Let's just go all the way to Chrome. Let's try to refresh this. And absolutely beautiful, we're able to get our certificate, and now we're able to get our funding pips payout. So looking over here, we can see that in a span of 1 month, we were able to get 3 PropFirm payouts, and we passed 3 trading challenges. You can see that our total reward sits around this amount, and my goal now is to become max allocated with funding pips. And I gotta be honest with you guys, for the month of October has been very tough. The first few weeks, my setups are pretty much not working as good as it was last month, and I feel like it's all because gold is reaching all-time high. If you guys want to be following my journey, press the subscribe button. I'll be posting more videos about my PropFirm updates. If you guys want to see more content like this, comment down below on what type of videos you guys want to be seeing next. Thank you for being with me throughout the entire trading series, and I hope to see you guys in the future and in my Discord server. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.